There's definitely a lot of challenges as a student athlete, right? Coming home late from games, having a test in the morning, being able to balance that schedule from game, from school, right? It's definitely hard.
Marvin Vinway is a junior and multi-sport athlete at Pocono Mountain West High School. He's also part of the AthLife program at his school and works closely with an AthLife academic athletic coach. Through grant funding, AthLife trains academic athletic coaches and stations them at area schools. The coach supports students during the school year. Marvin says he checks in with his academic coach each week.
But over time, she definitely showed me the importance of making sure you're in a positive mindset, checking in on you, right? Because as athletes, we don't have time to dwell down sometimes. So I feel like when we take time to really focus on what we're feeling, I think it's definitely important, right? To just talk to somebody about it also, right? Don't hold that in.
Offering a sounding board and someone who's keeping kids academically on track is the focus of the AthLife Foundation, which works with schools across the U.S. The group has academic coaches stationed in 11 high schools and 10 middle schools across the greater Lehigh Valley and the Poconos. More than a decade ago, two-time Super Bowl champion Jonathan Casillas participated in an AthLife program as a multi-sport athlete at New Brunswick High School in New Jersey.
I mean, it was great. It provided us for the after-school program, so we were in a place where we can do our homework before practice. SAT prep was huge, and the most important thing was community service.
Casillas is an alum of an AthLife-generated program called Play It Smart. He says the program kept him well-rounded. AthLife aims to get kids to think about life outside of sports, and that means keeping up their grades and participating in the community.
And for me, the most vital thing, especially when you have somebody like myself who wants to give back, the community service part of it. Literally going into old folks' homes and playing games with them, and cancer wards and turkey drives, food drives. Like, the gamut is crazy how much stuff that I was able to do when I was in high school.
They're probably not gonna pick you.
The retired NFL linebacker says he's even kept in touch with his academic athletic coach.
But she's like my second mom, though. So she is, and I tell these kids to have those people there, she's one of my people that I will call if I ever fall on my back and can't pull myself up. She's been that person. We have a definitely a very particular relationship, me and her. Like, my mom called her my second mom. I got candles at her daughter's bat mitzvahs. I am family.
AthLife says its academic athletic coaches are equal parts counselor, advisor, mentor, and overall champion for their students.
I grew up in a single house, right? My mom with 5 kids, and it was really hard for my mom to actually be engaged in my day-to-day stuff, like Mrs. Lazovic or these academic coaches can be. One thing that I told them that I am giving them advice for is that you need special people in your life that love you, care about you, and vice versa, and that you value the things that they say. You got to make sure you call on them people. At least have them in the reserve, because as athletes, as human beings, we're all going to go through adversity in our life. And most of the time, we'll be able to overcome it, but there's going to be times where you fail and you fall on your back and you cannot get up without the help of those people.
It's help that's supported by AthLife sponsors like St. Luke's University Health Network. St. Luke's offers sports performance coaches, athletic trainers, and physical therapists to the community. Director of Sports Medicine Relationships, Tim McGorry, says pairing all of that with academic support is crucial for student success.
As a health network, we're heavily involved in local athletics at the scholastic level. So, and part of the athletic experience is not just practices and games and trainings, it's the entire experience.
One of the things we have to do is acknowledge how important it is to invest in kids, especially in school-age kids. And we do that in a variety of ways, investment in education is part of it, but we've also got to make sure that they have the supports to be successful inside and outside school. AthLife does an incredible job at helping students with mentorship programs and the like, especially student athletes, and it's an easy one to support, honestly.
She helps us do this thing called Sunday League, which we help special needs kids learn how to do different sports. It's definitely a humbling experience knowing that like our problems are minuscule compared to theirs. So I feel like they help me, like when we're lost a game, we go over there, we help them. It helps us make us think like this is just a loss. Like they have to do harder things and wake up in the morning. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's hard for them to even walk sometimes. So
I want to stay like with the sports community. So like when I go to college, I'll probably do something like physical therapy or something like that, or like being a physical therapist, or like just stay in the sports community.
I've dealt with a shoulder injury for a while now, and I've stayed positive throughout the whole thing, right? Just being resilient and having a positive outlook on life.
The kids need support. The kids need people that believe in them and what they're doing, and they need support. So when they're ever questioning themselves or they ever feel like they've fallen down and they can't get up, AthLife have a staff that's supporting them to making sure they're not holding their hands, but they do have their hand out to make sure they pick them up. And I think AthLife is checking that box.